Welcome to the SD tutorial. Okay, myself Harshal. Today we will be going to see the next one passive component is the capacitor. A capacitor is the passive component whose ability to store the electrical energy in the form of charge. The unit of the capacitor is farad. Capacitor, it is useful in the different applications. It is useful in the bypass. It is also useful in the coupling circuit. It is also useful in the filtering circuit. It is also useful in the energy storage and resonance circuit. So a device whose capacitance is a fixed is known as the capacitor. This is the circuit symbol of the capacitor. In the case if the two parallel plates are connected together and filled the dielectric material, and this will be store the energy in the form of charge. A capacitance C, it is depend upon how much amount of charge it will be stored to the applied voltage. And capacitance, their unit is farad. Okay, so what is meant by the coupling? That means this is the one circuit and this is another one circuit. If the two or more circuits are connected together by using the some devices, this is known as the coupling. So the capacitor is act as coupling. Then it is a filtering circuit. What is meant by filtering circuit? In the filtering circuit, we block the some amount of frequency and pass the some amount of frequency. This is known as the filtering circuit. Then what about the resonance circuit? A resonance circuit, it is also useful in the tuning circuit. Okay, what is meant by resonance? To tune at a particular frequency. For example, we already know we are, all of you know that the FM channel. In the FM channel, if the radio mirchi we want to listen, we want to tune the 98.3 megahertz frequency. For that tuning purpose, we want to require the capacitor. Okay, a capacitor who tune at particular frequency. This is known as the tuning circuit. A capacitor with the combination of the resistor, inductor, and capacitor, it is used to generate the time constant circuit. The time constant T is equal to RC. Then a capacitor is also useful in the wave shaping circuit and tuning circuit. Okay, now next. A capacitor having the following circuit symbol. A capacitor who does not follow the polarity is known as non-polar type of capacitor. Two parallel plate with the dielectric material, we can connect this capacitor in the either way. Similar way, in the polar type of capacitor, and positive it is indicated by this one side and negative indicate this one side. This is the polar type of capacitor who follow the polarity. Then a capacitor is also available in the variable type. We can change the capacitance value by using the knob or the number of turns. We can change the capacitance value. Similar way, the trimmer is also available. Okay, so what is the working principle of the capacitor? A two parallel plate with the filled with the dielectric material. If we apply the potential, then how much amount of energy it will be stored, it is depend upon the charge Q with the applied voltage V. This is called C is equal to, that is the capacitance. A capacitance is basically depend upon the area of plates. If the area increases, the capacitance also increases. If the distance is increases, capacitance is decreases because it is inversely proportional to there. Then epsilon 0 and epsilon r, it is relative and absolute permittivity. In this case, in the microfarad, this is the smallest one unit of a capacitor. 1 microfarad is equal to 10 raised to minus 6 farad, and picofarad means what? It is 10 raised to minus 12 farad. Okay, now the next one. A capacitor is also offering the resistance. This is known as a capacitor reactance. A capacitor reactance is 1 upon 2 pi fc. F is the frequency and the C is the capacitance. Already we know that there are the two type of signal. One is called AC signal, another one is known as a DC signal. In the AC signal, it have the infinite frequency, or DC signal, the frequency is equal to 0. If we put the AC signal to the capacitor, that means this is the AC signal. It have a frequency which is vary with respect to time t. This is the A is amplitude of this. Similar way, in the the DC signal is a constant without any frequency. Okay, if the AC signal applied to the capacitor, then what is the capacitive reactance? if the frequency f is equal to infinity is put at that place, so the capacitive reactance xc is equal to 1 upon infinity. 1 upon infinity, that means it's equal to 0. That means the capacitor offering the zero amount of resistance when the AC signal is applied. Similar way, in the DC signal, if we put the value of the DC signal frequency 0, then 1 upon infinity, 1 upon 0, it is equal to what? It is infinity. That means he offering the large amount of resistance to the capacitor. So according to the statement 1 and 2, it concludes that a capacitor block DC signal and pass AC signal. Then now next one thing, if the two capacitors are connected in the parallel, the effective capacitance CT is equal to C1 plus C2. If it both are in series, then C is equal to C1 plus C2 divided by C1 plus C2. Okay. For example, if the C1 is equal to 2 farad and C2 is equal to 4 farad. If both are connected in the parallel, then CT is equal to C1 plus C2. This is the formula. Okay, so what is the value? 1 plus 2, sorry, 2 plus 4, it is 6 farad. In case both are connected in the series, that means first one capacitor, second one capacitor. Okay, so what is the effective capacitance between them? The CT is equal to what? C1 divided by C2 divide C1 plus C2. 2 multiplied by 4, 2 plus 4, then it is 8 divided by 6. Answer is 1.33 farad. 1.33 farad. Okay, now the next one thing, the types of the capacitor or the classification of the capacitor. Capacitor basically categorized into the two type. One is the fixed type of the capacitor, another one is the variable type of capacitor. That means their value it get fixed. This will be not change, and the capacitance value is also vary. In the fixed type of the capacitor, there are again two type. One is called the electrostatic, another one is called electrolytic. In the electrostatic, their polarity is fixed, and electrolytic, their polarity is vary. That means this it is non-polar type of capacitor is electrostatic, and a polar type of capacitor is known as electrolytic. In the electrostatic, according to the dielectric material, it is the paper, film, mica, glass, ceramic, oil field, and air dielectric are used. Then in electrolytic, it is the wet electrolytic and dry electrolytic. In wet electrolytic is a polarized, semi-polarized, and non-polarized. In the dry electrolytic, it is the tantalum material is used into there. Then in variable type of capacitor, the two or more capacitors are connected together. This is known as a gang type of capacitor, precision, and the teamer. These are the three different types of the variable capacitor. In this case, the main capacitors is the electrostatic and electrolytic. Electrostatic, they don't have any kind of the polarity. That means they don't have follow the positive negative. In the electrolytic, they follow the positive negative. The aluminum and tantalum material is used into their. Okay, a capacitor is very dangerous. It is a shock or risky. Why? Because capacitor store the energy in the form of charge. If we can handle the in naked hand, then we can also getting the shock. Okay, this is the electrolytic type of capacitor. What is the capacitor? A capacitor store the energy. This is the battery. Battery is a chemical energy and electrical field type of energy. They store less and discharge of charge fast, but battery having a more storage and just charge slowly. Capacitor is useful in the electronic circuit as well as LED tubes. Okay, how does the capacitor work? This is the one wall. When the wall is open, the water is going outside. But in the capacitor, this if the wall is closed, then the water is closed. Similar way, if we put the one tank and there is one outlet, if the water is fall into there, that means the charge fall into there, it will be discharged to the another one pipe. Similar way, the capacitor, it will be happen when the water fall into there, this will be charged and the discharge at the same time, and sometime later on the full water is get discharges and output is going to 0. So this is the working principle of our capacitor. Okay, so I think all of you getting understand What is meant by the capacitor, where it is used, there are a lot of application. A capacitor is like a storage tank. It is useful for the smoothing application. If the capacitor is not used, the switch is on and off, then LED is also off. But if the capacitor is put into to there, if the switch is pressed, then LED is on. This will be on. This will be takes place after some time when the capacitors are present. If the capacitor is absent, this will also off. This is also get off. Okay, now next, in the electrostatic type of capacitor, they don't follow the any kind of polarity. The ceramic material is used into there. This is ceramic type of capacitor 104, 103, 102 and 101. So as per our register color code, this is also one of the code. So 104 is indicate zero point 0.1 microfarad, 103 is indicate 0.01 microfarad, 102 is indicate 0.001 microfarad, and 101 is indicate 0.0001 microfarad. How it is? Let us see. 104 means what? It is 10 into 10 raised to 4 picofarad. Okay, so yeah, here it is 1 and this is the 4. So 10 1 plus 4, it is the 10 raised to 5, multiply by 10 raised to minus 12 because it is picofarad. Then base is the same, then above subtraction it will be going to take place. Then what happened? It is 10 raised to minus 7. If we rearrange this one term, it is point 0.1 into 10 raised to minus 6 microfarad 6 farad. So this is a microfarad. It is your microfarad. That means it is a 0.1 microfarad. This is the answer. Similarly, we can also find out the 103, 102, 101 also. So what happened in this 103? Very simple. It is a 10 into 10 raised to 3 picofarad. This is 1, this is 3, it is 4, it is 10 raised to minus 12. Do the subtraction, it is a 10 raised to minus 8. If we write this, rearrange this term, 0.01 microfarad. So this is the answer about the 103. Similarly, we can also find out 102 and 101. This is the electrolytic type of capacitor. Here the bigger one terminal is the positive and smaller one terminal is negative. The smaller one is also indicated by this negative. So their value is 47 microfarad and voltage is 450 volt. Similar way, this is another one type of the capacitor. Their capacitance is 4700 microfarad, but voltage is only 35. Thank you all of you.